Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth video of my data science tutorial series. In this tutorial I will talk about some Numpy standard data types and some attributes like calculating the size, shape, memory consumption and data type of arrays. So let's get started with the code. So first of all, we have seen np.zeros function. So we will use that same function to create another array consisting of all zeros, but here we will control the data type. So data type we can give here integer 16-bit. So this will give all the integer values in 16-bit form, as you can see. Similarly, we can also produce arrays with float values. So for example, how can you produce a float value? So float, for example, if you want a float 64, so you'll have to write it here and this will produce all the float values. So here you can see a decimal point after 0, so it will produce an arrow containing all 0 values, 10 columns actually. So in this way we can actually denote the data type. So we can also write there are also other data types in Numpy like boolean, integer 8-bit or 16-bit, 64-bit integer, also float, and complex number can also be represented in Numpy. So we don't need to get in much detail here. So also we can here now we will see some random arrays, 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional, along with using a random number generator which will seed with a set value in order to ensure that the same random arrays are generated each time this code is run. So let's see this part now. So we have already imported numpy as np. So now np.random.seed is used, where seed is used for reproducibility. So now we can define a variable x1 where we can generate random numbers using random.rand int, so integer values. So here we can specify the dimension of the array, and then we can dimension and the number of values. We can define the size. This is a 1-dimensional array. So similarly we can define another variable. So this time this will be a 2-dimensional array, so I will just have to change the size. So let's change the size to 3f4, and again for x3 we'll have to, for 3-dimensional array we'll have to change the size again. So this time it will be 3, 4, 5. So this is a 3-dimensional array. So after running this we'll have to print this array. So print these variables. So let's print it. So print is in the print function, as you all know. So here we can write like this, like x3 dimension, then a space, then comma x3 dot ndim. So similarly we can copy this and print some other and define some other print statements. So x3 dimension, so now we can find the x3 shape, So x3 built-in function is x3.shape, and then x3.size. So x3 size formula is, and the function is x3.size. So let's print this. So here the dimension is 3, shape is 345, and the size is 60. So let's just print x3 to understand it better. Print x1, print x2, print x3. So let's see, x1 has actually a size of 6. So this is x1. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, you can see 6 values, and they are varied between 0 to 10. So it has created a random number. So let's run it again to see if it changes, if the values changes. So you can see that the values, it's creating random number, but the values are actually not changing. Is it changing? So let's take a look again to understand it better. So in x2 we have said that it has a size 3 and 4, that means 3 row 4 column, and the number will vary between 0 to 10. So 3 rows, here we can see that it has 3 rows. This one has 3 rows and 4 columns. So first row is 3 5 2 4. So let's run this line again to see that the 3 5 2 4 line changes or not. So you can see that this lines doesn't change. This is because we are using the seed method. Seed 0, that means it won't be changed. If we haven't used the seed method, then the values would have changed every time we run this line of code. So let's try after removing the seed. So it was 3 5 2 4. So now see, it won't be the same. So now it's showing 3 7 5 5. So since we commented out the seed function, so it's now it has changed. It's showing 3 7 5 5, and all other arrays have actually changed if you take a look closely. So if I again actually bring it back, then previously it was 3 7 5 5, this was 4 3 4 4 8 4. So let's see what happens. So now it has changed to 503379. So let's run it again with the seed method. So seed method applied, so no change. 503379 was before, and it's the same. Isn't it really interesting? So that's all from this video. We will take a look at this more in the next video. Thank you all.